Today we will start with an event in the last 24 hours between the war between Israel and the Hamas terrorist group. Today in the early hours of Wednesday, Israeli troops entered the largest hospital in Gaza. Tension reached new heights with the Israeli army's daring incursion located in the Gaza Strip. This operation, carried out during the early hours of the morning, not only represents a turning point in the Israeli approach to the conflict with Hamas, but also triggered a series of intense reactions internationally. The justification presented by the Israeli authorities for this invasion focuses on the alleged presence of military installations belonging to the terrorist group Hamas inside the hospital. Allegations of deactivation of explosives and discovery of weapons during the operation are cited as proof of this allegation. The images released by the Israeli army spokesman, highlighting hospital rooms used to store heavy weapons, seek to substantiate the argument that Hamas uses civilian structures for its military operations. On the international stage, the White House positioned itself cautiously, denying support for airstrikes and emphasizing the need for protected and civilian hospitals. President Joe Biden held dialogue with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, discussing not only efforts to free hostages held by Hamas, but also seeking mutual understanding about the developments of the operation. However, the responses were not limited to diplomatic spheres. The complexity of the situation Israel finds itself in, between the need to neutralize Hamas and international criticism, stands out. Israel's announcement of its intention to transfer humanitarian aid, including medical supplies, food and incubators for babies, appears to be an attempt to balance military actions with humanitarian measures to mitigate the impacts of the operation. The World Health Organization, WHO, expressed specific concerns, warning of the transformation of Alifa Hospital into a war zone and highlighting the potential devastating impacts on health services and treatment of civilians. The international response has been addressed. In this context, the war of narratives becomes an integral part of the conflict. The divergence in international responses, with support from the United States and Great Britain for Israel and criticism from France, exemplifies the lack of global consensus on the best approach to resolving the conflict. In the midst of a complex and dynamic situation, the emphasis on the search for truth emerges as a crucial need. The images presented by the Israeli army spokesman, revealing military installations discovered in previous operations, highlight the importance of concrete evidence in an environment where narratives compete for attention. Thus, while the Middle East remains a point of global tension, the search for a balance between military actions, humanitarian and diplomatic responses remains a significant challenge for all parties involved. Before concluding the fascinating story, I want to remind all Bible story lovers how important it is to share knowledge. If you enjoyed this story and want to continue seeing more Bible stories, don't forget to leave a like. This small action helps YouTube deliver more Bible stories directly to you, and it also helps others discover this knowledge. And speaking of sharing knowledge, why not share this story with a friend or loved one? You never know how a story can touch someone's heart or help light someone else's path. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, I invite you to join our community. Click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any of the exciting upcoming Bible stories. Now, I want to hear your opinion. Leave your comment below with your questions, thoughts, or suggestions for future stories. I love interacting with you and taking your ideas into consideration. Finally, I want to express my deep gratitude for being part of this channel. Your presence and support are invaluable, and I look forward to reuniting in the next story, filled with revelations and teachings from the Bible. May the peace and grace of the Lord be with you always. See you soon.